Hi, first grade friends. I was so happy to see most of you today as I dropped off some more learning packets at your homes. I just kind of wanted to quickly go through what was in those packets in case parents had any questions. One of the first things you should have seen was a link to our first grade class website. That's what's on the screen next to a picture of me. And the kids can click anywhere on here to access Imagine Learning, Zern, sight word practice, our phonics lessons, journal writing ideas, math lessons, ideas for books online, and then ways to contact me. The next thing you would have gotten was, it's called a grapheme map. And our grapheme map is helpful when we do our phonics lessons. So as I click up here to our ELA phonics, clicking on the phonics lessons, each lesson has a writing section, and so the kids can use the dry erase marker inside the sheet protector to practice their spelling on the grapheme map. One of the next things that was in the packet was a packet of sight words. These sight words go along with the videos. With the paper copy, you can cut them up into flashcards. You can practice reading across and down and backwards, and there's lots that you can do with the sight word packet. Students should still have their journals and be writing in their journals each day. Reading at home ideas. Something that I included in their packets was some reading practice. So these are stories from the units that they were currently working on at the beginning of March. And the idea with these pages is that students read this passage that's on there at least 3 times. Each time they read it, they should color in a happy face. And then after they've read it, they can look for these things at the top. So, for example, I know this might be backwards, but the SH digraph. So they could go through the passage and either circle all the SHs, underline them. If they want to use a crayon or a marker or a highlighter or a colored pencil and make each one a different color, that would be okay. In this particular one, they're also looking for FL blends and then the suffix S. So when something is plural, that's the suffix S. And then there's a question down at the bottom of each sheet. And the idea and the directions, it says use a complete sentence. That's one of the important things we stress with the kids, is to speak in complete sentences and then respond in writing in complete sentences. On the back of each of those pages is a story map. So once the students have read the story a few times and practiced their fluency, they can talk about who was in the story, where the setting of the story was, where did the story took place, what time of day was it. Talk about what happened at the beginning, and the middle, and the end. Okay, being able to summarize a story is one of those skills that first graders practice throughout the year. There should have been 3 copies of this in your packets. The kids have seen this in the classroom, so we fold it. And instead of writing in a journal, maybe one day you decide to make a book, and they can use their imaginations. They can tell what happens at the beginning, the middle, the end of a story, with lots of details. And they could always record the story on Seesaw, make a video, send me the video. Just another option for students writing. Students also received a packet of colored by number. So there were crayons, there's pencils in there. If students need to use pieces of cereal or pennies or something tangible, that's okay. There's addition and subtraction in the packet. The idea in the classroom is that we answer all the questions first in pencil, and then they go back and color after they've solved all the problems. Another piece that's math related was the application problem. Usually at the beginning of our math lesson, students are given time to complete the application problem. I give them about 2 to 4 minutes in the classroom to work completely independently, where I do not provide any help to see what they can do and where they are with this problem. And then we go over it as a group. So my plan is to have a daily lesson on Seesaw where they can show their work and explain their answer, and I can see where they are in terms of how they're understanding the problem. So this I would like to do on Seesaw. Speaking of Seesaw, I'll go back to the website. So Seesaw can be accessed through Clever. So anywhere on our website that you see Clever, you can access Seesaw. And Seesaw is in the same area as Imagine Learning and CERN. And later today I hope to make another video specifically talking about the activities section of Seesaw. On the front of your child's envelope, there was their name on the front and then a long code of letters. If you're having trouble getting into Seesaw and asks for a home code, those would be the numbers that you would put in there to be able to access that. So just briefly, this is the activities tab that students would click on. Typically there is a red circle with a number there to indicate that they had activities to complete. So I will get more into that later today. If you have any questions, I'm available. Text me, call me, Dojo, Seesaw, so many ways to get a hold of me. Have a great day.